mysterious killer who called himself the Zodiac. He claimed dozens of victims, taunted police with coded letters, and left a trail of fear across California. More than 50 years later, his identity remains unknown. The Zodiac's reign of terror began on December 20th, 1968, when David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were shot on a quiet road in Vallejo, California. In the months that followed, more attacks occurred. At July 4th, 1969, Darlene Ferrin was murdered, and her companion Michael Mageau barely survived. On September 27, 1969, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard were attacked at Lake Berryessa. Shepard died, Hartnell survived. On October 11, 1969, San Francisco cab driver Paul Stein was shot in the head in his taxi. The Zodiac himself later claimed responsibility for 37 murders, though only 5 were officially confirmed. 3. The letters and taunts. What set this killer apart was not just the violence, but the communication. He mailed letters to local newspapers, filled with details only the killer could know. Some included ciphers, strange grids of symbols meant to hide secret messages. One chilling line read, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." The killer demanded his words be printed in newspapers, or he threatened more deaths. Police departments across Northern California were drawn into the case. Detectives compared handwriting, fingerprints, and suspects, but the Zodiac always seemed a step ahead. The case grew even more frustrating as survivors gave only vague descriptions: a heavy-set white male, glasses, dark clothing. No composite sketch ever led to an arrest. The most famous suspect was Arthur Lee Allen. He had a criminal background and disturbing behavior, and he lived near some of the murder scenes. But when tested, his fingerprints, handwriting, and later DNA samples did not match the Zodiac evidence. Other suspects came and went, but none could be definitively tied to the crimes. Over time, amateur sleuths, journalists, and police built theories. Was the Zodiac one man? Could he have been part of the military? A police officer? A disturbed loner who lived in plain sight? Some believe he died years ago, his secrets buried forever. Others argue that modern DNA technology could one day reveal his identity. The Zodiac Killer case changed the way Americans viewed crime. His coded messages inspired decades of books, films, and ongoing debates. In 2020, one of his long unsolved ciphers was finally cracked by private cryptographers, but the solution offered no new leads.